Assalamu alaikum, this is me Atisham and you're watching my YouTube channel RILS. I'm the expert trainer of IELTS, PTE, OET, IELTS Life Skill and other English language proficiency exams. Now in this video, I'm going to tell you the difference between IELTS and PTE. As most of the students and applicants or individuals are always confused that which option is the better one and more appropriate as compared to the other one. As this is a hot debate now among all the people that which particular format is the better one. So in this video, I'm going to tell you not only the difference in terms of acceptability, test format, fee, test venue and in terms of results, but also I would tell you my experience because I have been teaching IELTS for over the last 8 to 10 years of experience and PTE for the last 1 year. So stay tuned in this video and try to get to watch till the end. Now let's get to start with the video. Now the first difference between IELTS and PTE, as these two exams they are held in order to assess the ability of the students in terms of language proficiency, and that is actually English. Now if we talk about IELTS has been in operation since 1989 and it has been working in more than 200 countries. IELTS is a jointly collaborated test by the British Council, IDP and the Cambridge University exam system. Whereas on the other hand, PTE is governed by Pearson Test of English. So Pearson is the institution and PTE is the test that is being governed by the Pearson. And I would tell you that PTE has been working since 2009 in operation. So you see that there is a hell difference between two test bodies. One has been working since 1989, whereas the PTE, it has been working since 2009. Now let's talk about the second point, which is the acceptability. Now IELTS has been recognized throughout the world, and most of the universities, they prefer IELTS for the applicants who actually want to go abroad to pursue their higher studies or to go as an immigrant or for any work permit or short certification sort of courses. So they are asked to take their IELTS exam in their country. Now if we talk about PTE, so PTE since 2009 it has been working. So it has now been rapidly growing throughout the world, and most of the universities in Canada, in Ireland, in Australia or New Zealand or England, they are now accepting PTE. So this trend has also been increasing over the passage of time, or it has increased. So now if I talk about the test format, so IELTS test format, we see that it is like it offers two versions. One is the paper-based test, which is the traditional set of format, whereas if we talk about the computer delivered test, which we call it CDT, so that has been newly announced format or version for the IELTS exam. So those students or applicants who are good at typing skills, they are requested to do their computer delivered test, whereas those who actually they are used to with a pen and paper, so they will have to take their IELTS PBT. Now if we talk about on the other hand, PTE, so PTE offers only the computer-based exam, and they provide you the headphone and you have to interact with the software system which is based on AI, artificial intelligence, and that interacts with the students, and you record your response against the asked questions. So there are multiple tasks that you see in PTE, almost 20 test items which you will encounter as compared to IELTS. IELTS is the traditional one and it has also its own specification. So it's up to the individual. Either you have to go for CBT, like computer based test in the IELTS, or you want to take the PBT. So almost there are differences that you would see in terms of the question types or the items that you actually get to expose in the real IELTS exam. If I talk about the speaking exam in PTE, so PTE is the speaking is the interaction with the computer, whereas in IELTS either you take computer delivered test or the pen and paper test. You have to go face to face with the examiner, and that exam offers you the true evaluation. But here there is no biasness in PTE because it's a computer recorded exam, and it is designed based on algorithm system, so it notes down, and there isn't any biasness in such exams. So this is the difference in terms of format, and you have got reading, listening, writing and speaking in two of the exams format, which remains same. But in terms of types, like PTE, one thing which I really recommend to the students, that PTE is a better option if you're a good speaker, but if you're a good writer, then IELTS is the better option as compared to PTE. Why I'm saying so? Because PTE score, if we talk about only speaking, so that contributes not only to speaking, but also it contributes to reading as well. Like we have got one particular question type which we call it read aloud. So read aloud not only provides you the marks in terms of speaking because you're reading it aloud, and also your marks are added into reading section because you read it. So this is why you can get the advantage in PTE of having one particular exercise which will contribute to two different modules, listening, writing, reading and speaking. So they are intermingled with each other in PTE, but in IELTS you have got a separate format for the reading, writing, speaking and listening. Now let's get to talk about availability of result. Now if we talk about IELTS pen and paper based test, so you're going to get your result within 13 calendar days, whereas the CBT, if you talk about the computer delivered IELTS test, so you're going to get your result within 7 days. But if you on the other hand compare it with the PTE, so you're going to get your result within 5 days, which is the faster way of getting your results. So availability of result in the PTE is faster than the IELTS in both cases. Now if we talk about result format, so result format, as you know that IELTS offers you the TRF form, test report form, and here in the test report your language is ranked or measured or assessed according to the band scale system, and you have 0 to 9 band in the IELTS exam. But if you compare it with the PTE, so you're going to find out that PTE assess or measure the student's ability in terms of two skills. One we call it communicative skill, and the other one is known as enabling skill. Now communicative skill is communicative skill comprised of 4 aspects, like you have reading, writing, listening and speaking. But when you talk about the enabling skill, you're going to find out that there are certain skills which also you see on your result form, that comprise of grammar, oral fluency, pronunciation, spelling, vocabulary, written discourse. These are the basic components which you see in terms of graphical representations. But if you compare it with the IELTS, so you don't see such graphical representation telling you about your fluency, grammar and everything. So IELTS doesn't rank you on that basis. IELTS just give you simple analysis that you are ranked in writing, listening, reading and speaking, and that's your overall score. But PT also gives you the overall score, and overall score is mentioned top on above on communicative and enabling skills. So these two portions are mentioned on your test report form in terms of PTE. Now let's talk about the fee. So there is such difference in terms of fee structure. Like if you say for IELTS, so you're going to find out that IELTS fee in USD, like American dollars. So you can see it's somewhere in between 215 pounds to 240 pounds, in between that it ranges. But on the other hand, you see slightly there is a difference that you see in PTE exam fee, that is 205 US dollars. So this is the difference in terms of fee. Now let's talk about the last point, that is the test venues. If we specifically talk about Pakistan, so I've told you that IELTS has been working since 1989, whereas PT has been working since 2009. So you see they have got IELTS management has got more test centers, more countries. In Pakistan, back in 2019 in December, it was announced, and in Islamabad, only one center that we have in Pakistan, that students from other regions can also apply and take their test of PTE only from Islamabad. But if we talk about IELTS, so IELTS has 14 approved test centers in Pakistan in various cities like Quetta, Peshawar, Abbottabad, you have Karachi and Hyderabad, you have Lahore, Gujarat, and you have Sargodha, Faisalabad, Bahawalpur. All these cities you can just go and take your test. So this is what about the venues, that you have more options in IELTS, but if you compare it with PTE, so PTE only has one approved test center in Pakistan, and that is located in Islamabad. So this is what overall concept about the difference between IELTS and PTE. And if you want to get to know more about the tricks and techniques and the test format and how we can do well, and I'm just going to make another video which would be about telling you that PTE is the better option or IELTS is the better option. But in this video I'm just going to end here and will tell you this, just my opinion, that I have taught to some of my students, because it was announced in PTE was announced back in 2019 in Pakistan. So you see that some of my students who attempted and they got better result as compared to IELTS. So they share positive experience as compared to IELTS, because in IELTS you cannot score those who want to score 8, 8, 8, 8 and overall 8 or 7 in each. So this becomes a difficult task for the students. So I would say that PT is the better option, but in a separate video I will definitely tell you how it is the simpler one. So thank you so much for watching this video, and also I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel so that you can have more informative videos with regards to basic English grammar, IELTS and PT. Thank you so much for watching it. See you inshallah in the next video. Allah Hafiz.